So see, here's some more shingles blown all the way up for people. Roofing materials.
The care that is taken. Look at
And kids can come here. So if kids can come here and you're looking over there and there's a metal top to a trench or an open pit, and children can come over here and topple into it. I mean,
which is exactly what we're looking at right now. That's what this is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So
Yeah.
this is the kind of care. I mean, this is not radioactive. It's just
Right.
dangerous.
Right.
It's just dangerous. And you know, this would be so exciting for a kid, wouldn't it? Look at that. You could lift it up. You could look down in it.
Right.
All this cool broken glass all
Or
over.
if it's even slightly dark, you might accidentally ride over it with your bike. I mean, it's the potential for
And end up
harm.
with your face in the glass. God forbid.
The potential for harm is high, and you can't just rely on. Well, you'd have to be stupid to do that, because
They're kids.
their children and even some adults just like to have fun. I mean, Jackass didn't become a blockbuster hit because they were smarter than that. I mean, for real.
For real. For real. Are we looking at the Bay Bridge over here? Is that the Bay Bridge?
That is the Bay Bridge, yeah. Not the Willie Brown side. Willie Brown. Woo. Good guy.
Yeah, well, we were talking about 3 figurehead mayors whenever we have this conversation. Willie Brown, Gavin Newsom, and the absolutely in absentia, missing in action, Ed Lee.
Yes. I have not seen nor heard a single statement by him or Rose Pack, his queen of the jungle.
So, what do you told me what you wanted from Ed Lee at one point. What would you like from Ed Lee if Ed Lee were there in any form?
Well, I would love to do this tour with him from my perspective, not from the perspective of the Navy or anyone else. I'd like to have a private meeting with him. I'd like him to have lunch with my children while we talk about this. I want him to understand, but I also would like him to open his heart. Not just his wallet, not his, schedule, to make time for us. Because I can speak as much as I want, but if nothing's done about it, it's useless, it's wasted. I don't want him to come out here and, make me feel better. I have a husband to do that. I need my mayor of this city to actually do what the past 2 mayors have not even considered doing. And that's turn into a human being and care about us. You're about to make millions and millions and millions of dollars on toxic wasteland that should not be sold to anybody, and you can't give us the time of day.
Actually, I think he was doing some kind of deal with the Chinese recently involving Treasure Island. Was that the he was trying to get the Chinese to invest in the redevelopment and the high rise they're thinking on of building out here after they quote unquote remediate it, and the Chinese pulled out because they were not given sufficient control of the project.
We're supposed to go from 2,600 full-time residents to 8,000 full-time residents, or 8,000 units. I have to clarify that too. But 8,000, you're talking 3 times, 4 times the amount that currently live here, and we're struggling. Is it the money that's going to make a difference, or what? What are you going to do?
What do you mean, is it the money that's going to make a difference?
Money is going to make the difference because...
What money?
Whatever money they hope to get by selling this place. Because if they're going to sell these multi-million-dollar condos and only 2% of the people coming to live here, or who get to stay, who are, not people who speak out, I definitely won't be allowed to stay here. They'll find a reason. the 2% of the affordable housing units, that's not very many people if you're going to throw 8,000 on here. Why can't everyone who lives here be here? Stay here. It's only like 1,600.
You're saying that there, for these 8,000 proposed projected people, there's not enough room on this tiny island.
Well,
is that what you're suggesting?
There isn't, and it's not stable. It's all landfill.
This is a built island.
Right.
It is completely manufactured. It was manufactured for the 1939 World's Fair.
Right.
It is alluvial soil. And in the case of water rise or an earthquake, this thing could shake down into a pile of nothing below the water.
Right.
And they're thinking about building a high-rise on it?
Multiple high-rises. Right now we have single-family townhomes in units,
Right.
but we have a community, a neighborhood. We have plenty of open space. We don't have enough preserved space for nature. I will guarantee that. We need more of that.
Mm-hmm.
But
and look at the nature potential all around. You've got
it's everywhere.
Seals and all these great birds that are flying. The seagulls are
we have
flying
at least 3 or more types of gulls. We get pelicans here who used to be endangered. We have sparrows. We have the sea lions. We have porpoise now are back in the bay. I mean, we have potential here. We have raccoons. We have skunks. We have people are reporting frogs. Again, with the toxicity, I'm not really applauding that because I'm thinking if they're breeding and they're in this, I don't want that to happen.
Well, they've done some major studies that have suggested that frogs who breed in toxicity have very deranged reproductive organs, so maybe most of them will be sterile anyway.